Labdien, dāmas un kungi! Sākam Latvijas ārlietu ministra Edgara Rinkēviča un Armēnijas ārlietu ministra Eduarda Nalbaldjana kopīgo preses konferenci. Preses konference noritēs divās valodās, latviešu un angļu valodā, ar sinhrono tulkojumu. Angļu valodas tulkošanai ir pirmais kanāls un latviešu valodai otrais kanāls. Vispirms es īsiem komentāriem došu vārdu abiem ārlietu ministriem. Vispirms Latvijas ārlietu ministram, pēc tam Armēnijas ārlietu ministram, un pēc tam jums būs iespēja uzdot jautājumus.
Jā. Labdien, godātie kolēģi! Labdien, godātie kolēģi! Es gribētu tiešām informēt jūs un dalīties iespaidos par mūsu tikko notikušajām divpusējām sarunām ar Armēnijas ārlietu ministru. Gribētu teikt, ka pirmām kārtām pārunājām mūsu divpusējās attiecības, gan politisko dialogu, gan jautājums, kas skar mūsu ekonomiskās attiecības, sevišķi ņemot vērā to, ka gan 2009. gadā notika Latvijas valsts prezidenta vizīte Armēnijā, gan 2011. gadā Armēnijas Republikas prezidenta oficiālā vizīte Latvijā, bija labi apmeklēti biznesa fórumi. Konstatējām, ka vēl ir ļoti daudz ko darīt, lai tiešām abu valstu ekonomiskās attiecības attīstītos, un arī vienojāmies, ka strādāsim pie tā. Otrs jautājuma bloks, ko mēs pārunājām, bija Eiropas Savienības un Armēnijas attiecības. Jāsaka, ka mēs ļoti pozitīvi vērtējam Armēnijas apņemšanos sekot Eiropas Savienības pamatvērtībām. Esam ļoti pozitīvi arī noskaņoti atbalstīt Armēniju asociācijas līgumu noslēgšanā ar Eiropas Savienību, vīzu režīma atvieglojumos, kā arī jautājumos, kas skar padziļināta tirdzniecības līguma sagatavošanu un noslēgšanu. Un šeit es domāju arī, ka mums ir lieliski iespēja turpināt sadarbību ar Armēniju arī Austrumu partnerības projektu ietvaros. Un mēs arī runājām par to, kādā veidā vēl varētu šīs attiecības padarīt varbūt intensīvākas. Un trešais jautājuma bloks, ko es noteikti gribētu minēt, ir tas, ka mēs pārunājam, protams, arī reģionālās drošības jautājumus. Mēs tiešām ar interesi uzklausījām Armēnijas puses viedokli par tiem notikumiem, kas skar gan jautājums ap Kalnu Karabahu, gan arī ņemot vērā, teiksim, kolēģu tiešām zināšanas par reģionu, arī jautājums, kas skar, teiksim, situāciju ap Irānu. Šeit es vēl gribētu tiešām apstiprināt Latvijas pozīciju, ka Latvija iestājās par Kalnu Karabahas konflikta risināšanu mierīgā ceļā, diplomātiskām metodēm, balstoties uz tiem principiem, kas jau labu laiku ir spēkā kā Madrides principi. Un es tiešām ceru, ka šis jautājums, lai arī cik tas būtu sarežģīts, tomēr pakāpeniski diplomātiskā, miermīlīgā ceļā tiks risināts. Un visbeidzot, man bija arī tiešām lieliski iespēja pateikties Armēnijai, manam kolēģim un arī Armēnijas deputātiem par atbalstu vakardienas balsojumā, un ne tikai vakardienas balsojumā, bet jau novembra balsojumā ministru komitejas līmenī, tātad par atbalstu Nila Muižnieka kunga kandidatūrai uz šo te Eiropas padomes cilvēktiesību komisāra amatu. Mēs tiešām augstu vērtējam arī Armēnijas atbalstu. Un es domāju, ka teiksim, viss tas, ko es jums izstāstīju, un ko vēl kolēģis izstāstīs, tas tikai rāda, cik mums tiešām ir labas attiecības. Mēs arī turpināsim tās, un es arī ar prieku pieņēmu kolēģi ielūgumu apmeklēt Armēniju tajā brīdī, kurā tad tas būs apusēji iespējams raugoties no mūsu kalendāra viedokļa. Paldies!
Dear colleague, first of all, I would like to express my gratitude to my colleague Minister Rinkevičius for his warm hospitality. I note with satisfaction the dynamic development of relations between Armenia and Latvia. In the last couple of years, reciprocal visits of the presidents of our two countries, as well as regular meetings of the foreign ministers, have taken place. This demonstrates our mutual interest and commitment to further develop Armenian-Latvian relations. Earlier today, I have a very good meeting with the president of Latvia, and I will have another meeting with the chairman of parliament. At the talks with my colleague, a range of topics of mutual interest we touched. We have underlined the importance of continued political dialogue, both in bilateral and multilateral formats, and as my colleague mentioned, we have a very good cooperation in the framework of international organizations, and a dialogue including through political consultations between our two ministries. We also touched upon the Armenian-Latvian interparliamentary cooperation and the necessity of its intensification. We agreed to explore new opportunities for the expansion of economic cooperation. During the visit of President Sarkisyan to Riga in March 2011, the two heads of state agreed on the creation of the Intergovernmental Commission, which is planned to start its activities this year. Prospects of Armenian-Latvian cooperation in cultural field was also a topic of our discussion today. Armenia and Latvia maintained close cultural links for many decades. Our people know each other fairly well, which can serve a solid basis for successful cooperation in the years ahead. Armenia attaches importance to cooperation with Latvia also in the context of Armenia-EU relations. Latvia's support to the process of Armenia's rapprochement with Europe can be useful, especially in the framework of the Eastern Partnership. We have had an exchange of views on topics of regional and international importance. I have briefed my colleague about the recent development of the Nagorno-Karabakh conflict settlement process. Today I reaffirmed the invitation to my Latvian colleague to visit Armenia, and thank you for accepting this invitation. I'll be very glad to welcome you in Yerevan, and I think that it will be a good opportunity to continue our productive dialogue. Thank you.
Paldies ministriem. Tagad jums ir iespēja uzdot kādus jautājumus. Lūdzu, jūs runāt mikrofonos, kas pieejam abās zāles pusēs, un stādīties priekšā.
Yeah, I'm Mike Collier from Agence France Presse. Given the vote in the French Senate this week about the recognition of genocide in Armenia and the experience of both countries of genocide in the 20th century, what do both ministers feel is the best way to tackle other states who do not recognize that these events constituted genocide?
Pirmām kārtām, kā man pēc protokols var arī angliski runāt? Okay, I'll switch them to English. I just asked permission of press secretary to do it in English. First of all, I just want to say that I have had a couple of visits to Armenia, and I have visited also a memorial and a museum in Yerevan, and what I really have is a very deep sympathy to the Armenian people for the very tragic events of last century. As you very rightly pointed out, there have been similarities in our very difficult history. And I think that's one issue where we understand the pain of Armenian people. When it comes to discussions in international community, and you know also that Latvia has experienced to discuss very difficult historic issues with some of our neighboring countries, I think that the best and the right way is certainly to have even if it is very difficult, but to have a discussion on a common past, to discuss all the events in mostly academic, not so politicized environment. And I think that from that point of view, our own approach, which we have now launched with Russia to discuss our own historic issues where we have certain disagreements, but where we are very committed to do it from both sides in academic way, is the right approach. But in respect to what we can advise to or what we can do with other countries, I think that first of all there is a need to, and that's sometimes very difficult, but there is a need certainly to explain the position of the country, to show as much as you can the history of your own people. And for small countries it is sometimes very difficult to get through let's say this message of the history. But also without history you can't also build future.
Concerning the decision adopted by the French Senate, this is not a decision about the recognition of the Armenian genocide, because the law adopted in 2001 by France about the recognition was done in 2001, and the new law which is going to be approved, signed by the President, and will be a law in France after the approval by National Assembly and Senate in France. This is the law about not the recognition but about the denial of the genocides recognized by France, which is going in line with the framework decision of the European Union Council, and it is very important to complete existing mechanism to prevent new crimes against humanity. This is not a question to write or rewrite the history. Unfortunately, the history was written and very well known. So in this case, this is the important step by France, which could be not only welcomed, but really supported also by states in Europe and elsewhere, because this is a very important step in a way to prevent new crimes against humanity. Thank you.
Vai būtu vēl kāds jautājums?
Alex Tapincha, Reuters News Agency. Do you expect other countries to follow France's suit? It's a question to the Armenian Foreign Minister.
In fact, this is the process that I'm sure that will come with other countries. Because the process of recognition of the Armenian genocide, this is not only 1, 2, 3, 5 countries that recognized. More than 20 countries now, and international organizations. But the first thing we have to do, this is to turn this sad page of our common history with Turkey, but not through denial, but through recognition of the Armenian genocide. And we hope very much that will come the day that Turkey itself will recognize the Armenian genocide. With the process of normalization with Turkey, the movement started in Turkey about I think more than 25,000 or 30,000 people collected signatures to ask forgiveness for the Armenian people. This is a good signs and good changes happening in Turkey, and we hope that in the future Turkey also will recognize the Armenian genocide. And it could help only to create more confidence and more secure future for the peoples in the region. Thank you.
Vai lūdzu būtu vēl kādi jautājumi? Ja jautājumu vairāk nav, šo mēs arī slēdzam preses konferenci. Paldies!